I'm excited to tell you about the world's #1 expanding garden hose and their brand new product, the Pocket Hose Ballistic. Every time I've worked on lawn care or landscaping, the hose always has been the most frustrating part, until this one. It's lightweight, doesn't kink, and actually makes watering simple. I've dealt with plenty of heavy, tangled garden hoses over the years doing lawn care and landscaping, and this is easily the most manageable hose I've handled. The Pocket Hose Ballistic is reinforced with a liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, making the anti-burst sleeve practically bulletproof, and that liquid crystal polymer fiber is actually 5 times stronger than steel. And Pocket Hose carries over 100 patents worldwide. And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text MC911 to 64,000. That's MC911 to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. Text MC911 to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did she have to fight a dragon?
Nope, she bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Every day I walk into work as a 911 dispatcher with the confidence I will absolutely be able to handle any call that will come my way because, for the most part, I've dealt with them before. I know what the steps are, I know the procedures, and I've taken almost every type of call. I've processed them dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of times. But every once in a while, something will slip through and I'll have to stop and think for a second. Something like a caller who asked if Trace Atkins really had an incident at his house over the weekend. And the reason they were asking about it, they were set to marry Trace Atkins on Saturday, and he never showed up to pick the caller up. Unfortunately, they'd never seen each other in person and had never spoke on the phone. But this person was convinced that Trace Atkins was really traveling to a different state, picking them up, then marrying them the same day they first met in person. Turns out, it was all a well-played fraud that involved the pilfering of the caller's money. After all, that's definitely what Trace Atkins needs. More money. After letting her down about her future husband, she was advised to call her local police to report a fraud. Point of all this is, a lot of the calls that come in, they hit you sideways and it's hard to comprehend sometimes why they happened. I have 3 incidents for the show today that will make you understand the title, What Nobody Saw Coming. Welcome back to Music City 911.
Arvada 911, what is the address of your emergency?
Our neighbor just came over, and she's been stabbed
Okay. Which direction does she live from you?
right next door,
Okay, which direction?
north.
Is she bleeding?
Yes,
Okay.
bad.
Okay. And it happened one house north. So she's currently with you?
Yeah,
Do you know who did it?
but we don't know anything about that.
Okay. Does she know who did it?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to get medical on the line with us so they can give you some instructions, and then I'm going to get officers there, okay?
Okay.
Hold on just one second. I'm going to get medical on the line. Okay. Hold on. I'm getting medical on the line. I know. I'll get through.
I got a fire. What is the address of the emergency?
Fire, it's an incident that occurred.
She was stabbed, and I don't know why.
Okay. And who was?
Hey, hang on.
Fire's neighbor came over, woke him
Hello?
up, said she'd been stabbed.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I'm here. What is the address? Can you verify that for me? Okay, and tell me exactly what's happened.
She's been stabbed in the chest.
Okay.
Somebody rang the doorbell, and she went to answer, and he stabbed her in the chest.
Okay. Are you with her now?
Yes, she's over at my house, and she's bleeding all over.
Okay. All right. And how old is she?
She's 76, 77. It's my sister.
Okay, 76 or 77. Is she awake?
Yeah, she's standing here.
Okay. Is she breathing?
Are you breathing okay, Shirley? Breathing.
Okay. Is she breathing at all? Is she breathing?
She's breathing some. She is walking, but I've got blood all over again.
Okay.
Sawyer, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can she describe the person who stabbed her at all?
Can you describe the person, Shirley?
Is it a male or female?
Small guy, white whiskers.
Was he white, black, or Hispanic?
He needs to shave, she said.
What was that?
She said he had just some whiskers.
Okay, and he was a white male?
Was he white or... He was white.
Okay, could she tell what he was wearing?
What was he wearing?
I'm working on it.
Did you hear that?
I didn't.
She said that she thought it was a paper boy, and she unlocked the screen door, and opened the door and stabbed her.
Okay, and how long ago did this happen?
Well, just a few minutes ago.
How old is she? How old is she?
She's 76, Shirley. 77.
77, okay.
Hurry up.
Okay, they're on their way. My partner's been sending them since you called, okay? And you said that this just happened, correct? Did I understand that right?
What?
This just happened?
Yes, it just happened.
Okay.
She's got blood all over my set.
Okay,
She's bleeding.
and what is your name?
Shirley.
Okay, Shirley. Is the assailant still nearby?
What? Here's the police now.
The police are there? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, is the person that attacked her still there?
No. I don't know where he is.
Okay. Okay. Just stay on the line until the police are there talking with her, okay? Let me know when that is. Okay, and is she completely alert?
Well, yeah, she walked over here to get me.
Okay. Okay, and I just want to confirm, you said she was stabbed in the chest? Shirley, is the police officer with her?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you go so you can talk with them, okay?
Most people answer their front door without thinking twice about it. A package delivery, a neighbor, someone asking for directions, maybe even a newspaper carrier. For a 78-year-old woman living on Klein Street in Arvada, Colorado, answering the door that morning nearly cost her her life. The attack happened just before 5 a.m. on June 19, 2016. After hearing the 911 call, it would be easy to assume this was a random act of violence. But as Arvada police detectives began putting pieces together, they discovered something way different. According to court records and arrest affidavits, the woman was targeted. Detectives say a man approached the front door carrying a newspaper he had picked up from her yard. He reportedly told her he had her paper and a note. Believing it was her paper boy, she opened the door. Instead, police say she was confronted by 24-year-old Ryan Kennedy. The second the door opened, Kennedy forced his way in. And what happened next only took a few more seconds. According to detectives, Kennedy pinned the woman against the wall and stabbed her in her chest. Doctors later told police that the knife missed a vital area by roughly 1 centimeter. Somehow, despite suffering a stab wound to the chest, the woman escaped. She made it out of the house and reached a neighboring residence where help was finally called. Detectives started working the case, and they learned that Kennedy wasn't acting alone. Court records show 4 people were ultimately charged in connection with the attack: Ryan Kennedy, Daniel Dean Hollingsworth, Delilah Albin, and Zachary Creert Dooling. The group believed that the woman had a substantial amount of money hidden inside of her home. Detectives later learned that Hollingsworth, known by the nickname Cricket, helped identify the victim and played a major role in planning the robbery. The plan appears to have been simple: arrive before dawn, use the newspaper as a disguise, get the victim to open the door willingly, take the money, and leave before anyone knew what happened. Instead, everything fell apart. After being inside the house, Kennedy ran back to the waiting vehicle carrying a cash box. Witnesses told police he had blood on his gloves and said, "I had to hit her." The problem was, the cash box was empty. The group had nearly killed a 78-year-old woman for absolutely nothing. Interviews, witness statements, and evidence collected during the investigation eventually led police to identify all 4 suspects. Arrests followed in July of 2016, with the final suspect taken into custody shortly afterward. And none of them wanted a trial. All 4 eventually entered plea deals. Ryan Kennedy received the longest sentence. Colorado Department of Corrections record shows he still remains behind bars today. His parole eligibility date is listed as 2036, and his projected discharge date extends into the 2040s. Daniel Hollingsworth also received a lengthy prison sentence. While he's currently on parole, his sentence is not scheduled to be fully expired until 2030. Delilah Albin received a 16-year sentence and is also on parole supervision. The last suspect, Zachary, pleaded guilty to first-degree burglary. While detailed sentencing records have been more difficult to locate, court records show he accepted responsibility for his role in the home invasion. For the victim, the attack carried an especially cruel twist. This wasn't the first time something like this had happened. She had previously been the victim of another burglary and had concerns about being targeted because of money. Summer always changes how I get dressed. I want pieces that feel lighter and more breathable, things that are easy but still put together. That's why I keep coming back to Quint's. They focus on high-quality essentials that feel and look amazing. Think breathable linen and soft organic cotton. Well-made basics, but without the luxury markup. It's that rare balance where everything feels elevated, but still effortless. Quint's European linen pants and shirts are the perfect warm weather upgrade to your rotation, starting at just $34. Their tees are soft and easy to wear, and their lightweight cotton sweaters are perfect for cooler summer nights. Everything at Quint's is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. I got that pair of 100% European linen shorts in, and they're a full-on warm weather game changer. Elevate your summer wardrobe. Go to quince.com/MC911 for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/MC911 for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/MC911.
This is what everyone's talking about.
Everything's on the table.
This is what champions come to take. This is what everyone came to see.
And the slam!
No do-overs. No second chances. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is winner take all. The NBA Finals continue on ABC and the ESPN app.
Welcome to the I Can't Sleep podcast with Benjamin Boster. If you're tired of sleepless nights, you'll love the I Can't Sleep podcast. I help quiet your mind by reading random articles from across the web to bore you to sleep with my soothing voice. Each episode provides enough interesting content to hold your attention, and then your mind lets you drift off. Find it wherever you get your podcasts. That's I Can't Sleep with Benjamin Boster.
What's the address of your emergency?
Yes, there's a drunk driver, black Chevy truck going down Peninsula towards Dunlawton at the time being.
With the Pennsylvania license plate.
Almost hit several cars.
Ran into a mailbox.
Ran into a trash can, making a U-turn in the middle of Peninsula, tried to pass 2 separate times driving down the wrong side of the road.
Okay, black Chevy truck?
Yes.
Pennsylvania plate.
And it's a woman driving, a blonde-haired woman driving.
Okay. And which way currently is it going on Peninsula? Is it going south or north?
Southbound towards Dunlawton.
Okay.
We're up at the school at the time being when it all happened, the elementary school. At that time, she was going northbound. Then she made an illegal U-turn in the middle of the Peninsula.
Okay.
And then when she made a U-turn, she was heading straight for us. We had stopped so we'd stay out of her way.
Yeah, she almost hit us head on. Okay. All right, what is your name? And what's the phone number for you? Okay. All right, we'll put it out for our units to be on the lookout for it, okay?
All right, thanks. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
This was one of 2 calls that were released regarding this incident. Without getting too much into it, I'll go ahead and play the second one, which is also a shorter call.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Actually, I'm calling to report a very drunk driver.
All right, what street are they driving on, and what's the nearest intersection?
They're on Peninsula in Daytona Beach Shores, just north of Peninsula and Carter.
Carter, okay. Which direction are they traveling?
Traveling south. It's a older model GMC with Pennsylvania tags.
What color is the GMC?
Kind of a gray color.
Okay, what are they doing?
It's a young blonde lady. She was all over the road. Really, really, really bad.
Okay. Did you see the license plate number from Pennsylvania?
I got C605 something. I didn't get the whole thing.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Just stay at a safe distance. I did put in a call, and we'll let the units in the area know what's going on so that they can be on the lookout, okay? Just stay at a safe distance, though, okay?
Okay. Thank you. I've never done this before. Like, that's how bad it was.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you've been helpful. You've done everything right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
In my time as a 911 dispatcher, I've taken more reckless or drunk driver calls than I could ever count. Every single dispatcher has. They're incredibly common. Any dispatcher that's on the phones taking phone calls will get multiple of these every single day. And despite what most people think, most of them never result in a crash. Most never result in injuries. And most of them never result in anyone getting arrested. For every impaired driver that ends up on the evening news, there are countless others who somehow make it home without ever striking another vehicle, a building, or a person. That's what makes this case so unusual. On the morning of June 1st, 2026, those callers weren't just watching a reckless driver. They were unknowingly seeing the final minutes before a fatal crash. The pickup truck they reported eventually approached the toll plaza at the dead end of Dunlawton Boulevard in Daytona Beach, Florida. Inside the toll booth, was 68-year-old Tammy Jo Baker. Like countless other mornings, she'd shown up for work expecting an ordinary day. That unfortunately didn't happen for Tammy. What happened next only took seconds. That drunk driver slammed directly into the toll booth. The force of the collision ripped the toll booth from its foundation and overturned it. The truck continued beyond the toll plaza, traveling hundreds of feet before finally coming to rest in the water near the shoreline. By the time the first responders arrived, the damage was already done. Body camera footage released after the crash shows a chaotic scene. The destroyed toll booth lay on its side. The pickup truck sat in the water, hundreds of feet away from there. 2 lifeguards sat next to the drunk driver. The suspect is being identified as Deanna Harrell, age 35. Sheriff Mike Chitwood stated investigators determined she'd left work early because of bad weather, went to a bar very early in Daytona Beach shores, consumed multiple drinks, then got behind the wheel. Detectives later obtained bar surveillance and witness information as part of the case. She's been arrested and charged with DUI manslaughter and vehicular homicide. She was initially detained under Florida's Baker Act after allegedly making some statements about harming herself, then later arrested once investigators completed enough of a crash investigation to obtain warrants. One thing that really stood out to me about this, Sheriff Chitwood stated that the surveillance footage showed Tammy Jo Baker entering the toll booth at approximately 12:38 p.m. Roughly 35 seconds later, she was hit. The charges placed against Harrell will work their way through the court system in the coming months.
You always want the best for your family, and that means only Eggland's Best Eggs in your kitchen. Compared to ordinary eggs, Eggland's Best Eggs contain 6 times more vitamin D, 25% less saturated fat, more than double the omega-3s, 10 times more vitamin E, and more than double the vitamin B12. So why give your family less when they can have the best? Add Eggland's Best Superior Nutrition to your next grocery list. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
If you sold somebody a loaded gun who you knew was in a vulnerable state and they shot themselves, I think it is murder. Just because you're using the internet doesn't mean you get away with murder.
I'm Damon Fairless, host of Hunting Warhead. This season, I take you inside the business of suicide and the places desperate people go when they can't find what they need in the real world. Hunting the Suicide Salesman, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
What does it feel like to get hit by a car while biking, be attacked by an alligator, or learn that your spouse hired someone to kill you? If those are the kinds of stories that you find interesting, then What Was That Like is the podcast for you. What Was That Like is filled with real stories about the most surreal experiences of people's lives. On each episode, a guest comes on and tells about the time they found themselves in some type of extreme situation. It could be an animal attack, a plane crash, or winning the showcase on The Price is Right, and more. This show brings you tons of completely surreal, completely true stories, all told through the lens of the person who actually experienced it. A couple of my personal favorite episodes of What Was That Like that you'll want to go and look up right now. Whitney was shot 12 times, and of course, Brandon is a 911 dispatcher. So if you want to hear some unbelievable and inspiring firsthand stories, I invite you to check out What Was That Like. Every story is verified, so you know even the most bizarre tales are someone's reality. Listen to What Was That Like on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or on the app you're using right now. In August of 2017, a woman vanished along one of the most beautiful and dangerous stretches of coastline in America. 42-year-old Heather Mounts of Dallas, Oregon, had gone missing. At first, there was little information available. Friends and family knew she had traveled towards the Oregon coast. Then, as concern grew and nobody could reach her, a missing persons report was filed. What happened next only deepened the mystery. Using the Find My iPhone feature, family members were able to track Heather's phone to the Florence area along the Oregon coast. Following that lead, They located her vehicle abandoned near Highway 101 in the vicinity of the Sea Lion Caves, one of Oregon's most recognizable coastal landmarks. Her phone was there. Her car was there. There were some personal belongings that were there too. But Heather was not. For her family, the discovery raised more questions than answers. I'm sure terrible thoughts passed through their heads. Had she been abducted? Had she may have fallen over the cliff? Hours turned into days, and the concern continued. Search efforts continued. Family members searched, and volunteers searched too. The Lane County Sheriff's Office coordinated search efforts in the Florence area, working alongside local search and rescue personnel and other emergency responders as they combed the rugged coastline where Heather's vehicle had been found. And with each passing day, the likelihood of finding Heather alive seemed to grow smaller. The story began attracting attention beyond Lane County. Local news stations covered the search. Regional outlets picked it up, and the update spread online. Photos of Heather circulated when family members pleaded for information. What started as a simple missing person case was becoming a story people across Oregon and the entire nation were following. Then 4 days after she disappeared, everything changed. Heather's husband, Denton Davison, spotted something far below the roadway near where Heather's vehicle had been found and called 911.
911? Yeah. I think we found the missing girl down by Florence, my wife. Where are you? I am on the rocky beach. I think it's Cox Rock. She's up in the bushes. She's waving at me.
The body, you mean? You found the body?
No, she's alive.
She's alive.
Alive on that hillside.
Where is Cox Rock?
What's that?
Is it on Highway 101 and milepost 180?
Yes, Highway 101, Cox Rock area. She's waving at me from the bushes, like 100, 150 feet up the cliff from the ocean. I don't think I can get to her safely.
Okay, what parking lot did you park in?
We just pulled a little pull out near I can't remember which way to go, maybe 181. There'll be a white Yukon. It is directly below the area that she went in at, though, where she parked. That's smart. She's there.
Okay.
She's very alive, and I can't get to her safely, though. I'm probably 150 yards from her.
Okay, well, you stay safe. How did your wife get down there?
I have no idea. This is a 4-day ordeal. We don't know. We don't know how she got missed at the search.
No, I thought you said your wife is with her.
No, my wife. It is my wife.
Oh, it is your wife.
The missing person is my wife.
Okay, you're talking about Heather?
Davison.
You're talking about Heather.
See her? I'm waving at her. She's waving back.
Okay, I'm going to give you state police. Hold on.
But she's here.
Okay, hold on. So, I guess we want our medics. I'm sorry.
Holy shit, just wait. Just wait, Kenny. Don't go.
State Police Dispatch is there.
Hi, this is Florence 911. I have the husband of the missing lady.
Stop yelling, please. Stop yelling.
Heather Mounts. He's on Highway 101 about milepost 181. There's a white Yukon in the pullout, and he has climbed down the cliff somewhat.
I'm sorry, a missing person?
Yeah, Heather Mounts, Mounce, 2915 worked on this a few days ago.
Okay, yeah, he's not assigned to us, so I'm not familiar with him.
She is here. We're waving at her. She is on the side of the mountain in the brush, waving at us.
Okay, so you need a rescue unit?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay.
It's going to probably take a helicopter or rappel or something. It's extremely steep, but she's in the brush. She's probably 150 feet above the water. And she had to have been there for days.
Okay. Okay, State Police, I'm going to send rescue and medics.
Okay, and just so you know, my Yukon, white Yukon is parked at I think it's 181, but she is directly below that area where they would have, where her car was found, and there's a couple ribbons there. That's right around 180, I think. is what they...
Okay.
So she go over the side of the cliff.
Sorry, what's that? It's so windy.
Approximately 150 feet. Go over the side of the cliff.
She's 150 feet above the water, but it's all rock. There's no beach. She's...
Why don't you notifying fire for rescue?
Yeah, we're going to send fire, the rescue rope. We'll let Coast Guard know and the Sheriff's Office know.
Guys, be careful. Don't. They're sending Coast Guard. Don't climb anywhere.
What's your name, sir?
What's that?
What's your name?
This is Denton Davison. I'm her husband.
What?
Heather was stranded approximately 180 feet down a steep cliff face near the Sea Lion Caves area north of Florence. Reaching her from the ground wasn't a realistic option. The terrain was simply too dangerous. The Lane County Sheriff's Office requested assistance from the United States Coast Guard. A rescue helicopter responded to the scene. From there, a rescue swimmer was lowered from the helicopter to Heather's location on the cliff. The swimmer reached her, secured her into the rescue equipment, and both were hoisted back into the aircraft. The operation was successful, and the entire thing was captured on video from the helicopter. That video was played nationally on the news. Against extreme odds, Heather Mounts had survived 4 days stranded on a remote coastal cliff. She was transported for medical evaluation and reportedly suffered minor injuries considering the circumstances. Viewers watched that dramatic video of a helicopter hovering over the Pacific coastline while a Coast Guard rescue swimmer descended to save a missing woman who a lot of people already thought was dead. It was exactly the kind of story people wanted to hear. One of those dramatic stories that gets featured at the start of the Today Show or Good Morning America. A woman missing for several days, feared dead, found nearly 200 feet down the side of a cliff needing help. Then, like something out of a movie, a helicopter responds and performs a daring rescue, all of which was caught on video. Very few times on the show do we get a happy ending like this, but every once in a while, it's nice to have something in this way. But that's not where this story ended. And actually, it's not even where it began. To understand what happened next, we need to go back to the week before Heather disappeared. On August 5th, 2017, Heather Mounts married Denton Davison. The couple left for their honeymoon, and they returned home on August 11th. What should have been the beginning of a married life quickly became something very different. The following day, August 12th, officials at Open Road Transportation reportedly informed Davison, her new husband, that they had discovered evidence that Heather had been stealing from the company. Open Road Transportation wasn't just her employer. Heather served as the company's human resources director. And it just so happens that the same day all of this reportedly was brought to her husband's attention, Heather went missing. While the connection of the events of her going missing and being accused of theft has never been publicly established, I don't think it takes a special investigator from the Department of the Obvious to figure out why she disappeared. For the next year, the public largely knew Heather Mounts as the woman rescued from the cliff. Meanwhile, the Polk County Sheriff's Office was building a very different case. According to Polk County District Attorney Aaron Felton, sheriff's investigators began looking into Mounts in 2017, the same year she disappeared. As sheriff's detectives and prosecutors reviewed financial records, the allegations expanded. And then they expanded again, and again, and again. Eventually, the Polk County District Attorney's Office accused Mounts of carrying out fraud schemes involving multiple victims, businesses, and organizations. The investigation centered on allegations involving Open Road Transportation, Dallas Retirement Village, and an elderly relative, her grandfather. According to charging documents filed by the Polk County District Attorney's Office, prosecutors alleged that Mounts stole thousands of dollars from Dallas Retirement Village, Open Transportation, and her grandfather. She used that money for her personal benefit and exploited her grandfather's personal identifying information. She used her granddad's identity to defraud multiple companies, including Oregonian Media Group, Career Builder, Monster Worldwide, SurveyMonkey, Oregon Center for Nursing, and others. As far as open road transportation in Dallas Retirement Village, she created false invoices from fictitious outside vendors to get some money. By 2018, the Polk County Sheriff's Office investigation had resulted in what we officially call in the police world as a huge-ass mess of criminal allegations. The Polk County District Attorney's Office charged Mounts with 62 counts of identity theft, 24 counts of criminal mistreatment, 10 counts of theft and aggravated theft, and additional charges that brought the total to 98 felony counts. This woman, who had become known nationally as a rescue survivor, was now facing one of the largest criminal cases in Polk County. On September 4th, 2018, Mounts entered pleas of not guilty to those charges. Over the next several months, motions were filed and various legal proceedings happened, mostly requests for venue changes and asking that some of the charges be dropped because the crimes occurred outside the statute of limitations. Then, just one day before trial was scheduled to begin, everything changed. Rather than proceed before a jury, Heather Mounts entered guilty pleas. According to reports, she pleaded guilty to 16 charges involving thefts from Dallas Retirement Village and open road transportation, as well as identity theft cases connected to several businesses. The massive case that once involved nearly 100 felony counts would never be decided by a jury. Instead, it ended with a plea agreement. After pleading guilty, Heather was sentenced to 75 months in prison, more than 6 years, followed by 36 months of post-prison supervision. She was also ordered to pay $28,275.87 in restitution. And something else she has to live with. Just 3 months after she was rescued from the cliff, her husband filed for divorce. So as it turns out, the happy fairy tale ending that we heard just a few minutes ago was all just a chapter in a much bigger and more sinister book. That'll do it for this one. As always, follow the show on all social media, share the show with someone you think would like it, give the show a 5-star rating and review on whatever podcast app you're listening on, and something else. Patreon members, be looking in the next couple of days for a bonus. And this bonus is a big one. By that, I mean it's one of the, if not the longest single 911 calls I've ever listened to. And the only way to get that is to be a member over at patreon.com/MusicCity911. Until next time, for Music City 911, I'm Brandon, and y'all have a good one.